Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. I am your host, Brian Dorrington, here with Moscato Mukala Kabungo, which I believe is a type of white wine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
They got
I pronounced
white.
it right. I see it every place, but I've never actually heard it said out loud.
Moscato.
Moscato, okay, good.
Yeah.
So I did do it right.
White. They got white, pink, red.
Red Moscato?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're expanding, I guess.
All right, Moscato is on the rise. Watch out for Moscato. So it is week one of football. I have my Patriots shirt, which I can't really see, but it's in like, I'll just show it. It's in like Arabic or Yiddish. I don't know which one, so if anybody knows,
It's both.
it could be. If anybody knows, let me know. I think it's a collector's item. I got it at a thrift shop for like $6. Best investment I've ever made. You can tell I'm excited about football.
He's very excited. I got my Black Panther shirt.
There you go.
Which I got from Newberry Comics.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's jump right into it because I'm sure people, if we're going to cut to the long shot, they would have seen the Nike shoe that is right on the desk. What's the deal? Is something going on with Nike that I haven't heard about?
You haven't heard? There's a lot
No.
going on with Nike.
I wear them, but what's up?
The past couple of days. So apparently, people have lost their minds over Colin Kaepernick being the face of Nike for their 30th anniversary Just Do It campaign.
Oh, yeah, that's why they're burning their shoes that they spent money on already.
Yeah, people burning shoes, burning their own house because they're so upset that Colin Kaepernick is the guy who is the face of Nike. It's not the face of the entire Nike brand. It's just for that campaign, the Just Do It campaign, which has been around for 30 years, which is hysterical. Also hysterical is not a lot of people knew that Colin Kaepernick has been on the Nike roster since 2011. He's been on that. He's been with them since 2011.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, they just haven't done much with him the past couple of years, but he's been getting paid by Nike since 2011. So this was just something that was in the works. They kept it a secret, and and now we get to the bigger picture of people being upset that they chose Colin Kaepernick, and just like to fit their narrative, they decided to try to deflect. And what did they do? They said, he doesn't deserve to be the face of this campaign. It should be somebody else. Then they start putting Pat Tillman. So Pat Tillman started trending on Twitter. Those people saying that it should be to Pat Tillman. And nobody who knows Pat Tillman, former NFL player, left the league to go fight the war in Iraq. The war, he was against the war. Not a lot of people know that. They don't know his story. Pat Tillman was against the war in Iraq. So people are just saying, oh, Colin Kaepernick didn't sacrifice anything. Pat Tillman sacrificed anything, and he should be the face of the Nike ad. And they started using his photo, but it was very disrespectful for those folks who started bringing up Pat Tillman to politicize his service, his death. Because anytime something happens, they don't want to politicize it. But now, to fit their narrative, they're trying to politicize it. It's really disrespectful to Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman's family, they're still dealing with. I'm sure they're not over the fact that he died. But this is the times that we're in. It's interesting. Interesting times.
It really is when an ad from a shoe company and a clothing company turns into this big political discussion. Yeah. And again, all these politicians and people are weighing in. Mm-hmm. You know who the ones reaping the benefit is Nike.
Definitely.
I mean, this was a smart business decision. People our age, millennials, are the biggest consumers of Nike.
Yep.
We tend to be more progressive and more accepting to these type issues. There's a large minority population that buys and wears Nikes. Mm-hmm. So this was a calculated, smart business decision for them.
Definitely.
I truly believe that that's one of their motivations, probably their highest. But at the same time, people of our age like to see that companies are taking a stance on these type political and social issues. Yeah. So this is smart for Nike. And we've talked about the national anthem issue a million times. And to me, it's just it doesn't outrage. I'm not outraged that people are kneeling. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things like, maybe just do away with the national anthem altogether at the beginning of sporting events. You don't do it before you go to the movies or anything like that. Let's just stop the controversy.
And I'm pretty sure if we asked a lot of athletes what they, honestly, if off the record, what they think of a national anthem before a game, they probably would say they don't like it because they're in game mode. They're trying to get in the game. They're doing all their pregame warm-ups, and then boom, they have to stop it. Then they have to deal with the national anthem. But if we asked a lot of athletes, what their thoughts about the national anthem before, I'm pretty sure a lot of them would be like, they'd rather not, deal with the national anthem before the game.
And I think a lot of veterans are more so that are not offended by it. I'm not a veteran, but we had Peter Capano, the newest state rep in Lynn, say in this studio that he supports their athletes' right to protest, and he himself is a veteran. And I think that there are a lot of veterans that feel that way. Yeah. And I think that the NFL, we know that the NFL has handled this wrong. And now Nike comes in and they're ripping up the opportunity. And Colin Kaepernick, he's still out in the community. He is doing good things as well. He's not just the face of this. He's doing speaking engagements in schools, and he's out there and he's talking. He doesn't do many big media interviews or things like that, but he is out trying to make a difference.
We need to get him on after the whistle.
And no matter what you say, of course, Pat Tillman paid the ultimate sacrifice, for sure. Nobody's not saying that, but Colin Kaepernick sacrificed his career to make this statement. So he did sacrifice something. I mean, he's giving up a job. He's making a lot of money. So he did sacrifice something. Nobody's comparing him to Pat Tillman or a veteran. Nobody. That's not what Nike was doing at all.
No, nobody.
I think it's overblown.
Very overblown.
Again.
And also, as to note to these people that are now saying they're not going to buy Nike anymore, Nike's never going to get their service, a few things. Where were they when the investigation of Nike in the sweatshops? Why didn't they boycott Nike then when Nike was being investigated for sweatshops, the breaking child labor laws in some of their factories overseas? Where were they? Where were they for that? And secondly, I mean, if you really, if you think Nike is gonna lose any profits just because you're not gonna buy their product anymore, you have to be a fool, because Nike is a global brand.
Their stock's already up.
Yeah, in Asia alone, Nike could not do business in the U.S. no more, and their stocks will still be rising. They'll still be over $1 billion. They have Nike's brand in Asia is pretty big. So the closed-minded people, they just don't get it. This was hilarious. And did you see the man who burned his foot?
No.
He decided to
burn his shoes.
He burned his shoes, but he still had them on his feet.
He was wearing them?
Yeah.
Was this a joke? This had to be.
No, this was there. And there was another incident in Florida. Somebody burned down their house.
Oh, I thought you were joking when you said
no,
that.
I was.
They burned down their house?
Oh,
God.
So
people just stop burning things. If you don't want to. Listen, I'm not saying if you disagree with it, don't buy Nikes. Fine, whatever. But you don't need to be outraged and start burning things and start saying Nikes choosing one side over the other. Just come on. Yeah,
don't pick and choose when you want to be outraged or when you want to boycott Nike. If you wanted to boycott Nike, you should have boycotted them when the whole sweatshop investigation was happening.
Or just disagree with this ad and appreciate that they do make some pretty comfortable shoes.
Definitely.
I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah, these ones are very
comfortable. And it's not because of their political stance on this issue. I just like these shoes.
Yeah, just do it,
pretty
baby.
Pretty simple to make.
Just do it.
All right, let's get on to the sport that Colin Kaepernick loves and the sport that we love as well.
Football is back.
We filmed this on Fridays, like I said, and Thursday night football. The first game was atrocious. It was the Philadelphia Eagles 18 and the Atlanta Falcons 12.
Falcons doing Falcons things, Matt Ryan doing Matt Ryan things. Can't get the ball in the end zone when you're on the goal line so many times, in the red zone, I should say, so many times. Mm-hmm. You get a turnover, and then you throw a pick. Matt Ryan, what are you doing? So both quarterbacks didn't play particularly well. None of them had touchdowns. It was both the touchdowns in the 3 touchdowns in this game were from the running back. So this was just a very, very, very hard game to watch. It was a hard game to watch.
And the fact that there was a really long rain delay didn't help either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I couldn't stay up for the whole game. It's, I'm going to be 32 in a couple weeks. I'm past that. I can't do this late night crap. Weather, you got to stick with me if you want me to finish Thursday night football. So it got off to a late start.
Yeah.
I think maybe they were, floating around still in the locker rooms. Maybe didn't recover from the late start. But no quarterbacks played well. I got the stat lines right here. Foles 19 for 34, only 117 yards, no touchdowns. Matt Ryan, 21 for 43, 251 yards and 1 interception. A lot of those yards were because Julio Jones, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the Falcons haven't learned their lessons about not having Matt Ryan throw the ball over 35 times. That he should never throw the ball that many times. You have two good running backs, Coleman and Freeman. You have those. They're a good combination of running backs. Run the ball more often. You can. Those two are proven to be productive when you give them the ball. So just stop letting Matt Ryan throw the ball so many times. It's just
Although when you
a
do
recipe
have
to win.
Julio Jones, they threw to him 19 times.
Yeah.
He caught 10, 169 yards. He would have had another 50-something yarder if they didn't rule that catch a non-catch. Once again, they said that, I don't know if we have that clip, but there was a catch towards the end of the game where they ruled that he did not have possession before he went out of bounds going to the ground, but he clearly did have possession.
Yeah, I don't know what a catch is anymore. And then the last play of the game, he's trying to stay in bounds. You know you need a touchdown to win the game. You gotta stay in bounds. The quarterback and the receiver, I think, are both at fault for this one. You should know the sidelines. You should know where you are in the field, and that's one game down, 15 more to go. So it's a good start for the Eagles. Nick Foles, he got to play better.
Good.
I mean, good win.
Good that they won.
Yeah, good that they won.
If I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm counting down the days until Carson Wentz is back because Nick Foles isn't gonna get them a repeat Super Bowl win.
Yeah, Nick Foles, he's proven to be just a solid backup quarterback to, keep the ship afloat while the starter is in recovery. In other news, last week after we got off, I think every time we get off air, some big news. Breaking news.
Yeah.
The Oakland Raiders might have made the dumbest of dumb trades that I have witnessed.
Really? I want to hear. I've been hearing a lot of people say that, but I don't necessarily.
This benefits the Bears a whole lot. The Bears, last week I said the Bears might finish last place in their division. I think they might give somebody a run for second.
You told me that too. No, they're going to lose twice in Minnesota. They're going to lose twice in Green Bay, and they might split with
Green Bay can't
Detroit.
block. Green Bay has a terrible offensive lineman, and they have to deal with the 2016 Defensive Player of the Year. This is going to be a big problem for the Packers. And also the Bears, they gave him a 6-year, $146 million extension, I believe, with $90 million guaranteed.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah,
I didn't write the numbers down.
Yes, with $90 million guaranteed. So this is, good for the Bears. $23 million per season is what Mac is going to make. And the Raiders, out of this, they receive a first round in 2019, 2020, a third round in 2020, a sixth round in 2019. But for the Raiders, what are they doing?
Why is it? I don't understand. Why is it a bad deal? They weren't going to pay him. They weren't going to pay him. They get 2 first-round picks.
I think
it's a third-round pick.
You're giving a guy who hasn't played.
Bill Belichick would have made the same move. Bill Belichick would have made the same move. That's overpaying for a player. That's investing your whole stock into one guy.
That's your best defensive player. That's your best player, actually. That's your best player, and you're not going to get the same value back. Whoever you draft in the next 2 drafts in the first round, you better hope they could be as productive as he was. And also,
I'm sure they will because they'll be low. I think that they'll be high draft picks. I do think the Bears are still going to finish last. They have the most inexperienced quarterback in the division.
I don't know. I
don't trust Trubisky. I don't know. They have Allen Robinson. Who knows what he's going to do?
I think the Bears are.
Who else is on the Bears' defense besides Khalil Mack?
They got a whole bunch of young players. Leonard Floyd on the defensive line. They have Kyle Fuller in the cornerback, and there was another.
Okay, I know his name, but there's not many people I know on the Bears.
And I believe they drafted someone out of Georgia too. I forget.
Okay, but the fact that we're struggling to find names on the Bears
I can't remember
defense,
names, but they got players.
I don't think that this changes much. In the future, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's fine for the Raiders. You get 2 first-round draft picks. You don't have to overpay for a player. Let's see.
But they overpaid for a coach.
Well, let's see what the coach can do.
They overpaid for. You don't want to overpay for a player, but you overpaid for a coach who hasn't coached in 10 years.
Yeah, but this doesn't count against the cap.
So. But still, I'd rather.
Okay, well, let's talk about a guy who.
Roquan Smith, that's his name.
Oh, Roquan Smith. Okay, yeah, we do know Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Talked a lot about him. He's a good linebacker.
Yeah, they got
all right, Le'Veon Bell.
His teammates are sellouts. His teammates are cowards for what they did.
Well, Antonio Brown is supporting him actually. Well,
those offensive linemen, because I believe it was the offensive linemen.
It was Pouncey and one other guy.
And Foster were the ones saying why he's. I think those Pouncey, of all people, he shouldn't be saying nothing. Out of all the off-field issues he's had, he shouldn't even criticize any other player. He should not criticize. But
you are so behind these.
He's been getting screwed.
Ridiculous.
He's been getting screwed by the Steelers with these.
He has the opportunity to make $14 million
But
this
still,
year.
you want
you go
he wants
in,
a
you
long
sign a
term.
contract.
No,
you show up on Wednesday and you get $14 million.
No, give me.
I'll
give
do
me
whatever you want me to do for $14 million a year. That's legal.
Give me security. Give me a long-term deal.
Give me $14 million.
Give me a 3-4 year deal. Don't keep giving me these one year franchise tags that you guys want me to sign, and then you're gonna give me the ball over 300 times.
Yeah, no, keep that $14 million. I'm just gonna sit for the entire season and let my entire team down.
Yes.
And
I need my money.
And
I need my money.
I wouldn't even block for him if he comes back at this point.
Well, he ain't
I'm
coming.
not even gonna
He's gonna get traded.
Well, he has to. He's not gonna get traded because then they have to rescind their franchise tag offer.
Well,
he's not getting traded this year.
Well,
he's gonna sit out until probably week 11 because there's a certain amount of games you have to play to become a free agent.
Yeah, week 10.
Week 10, but then they get the bye. So I think you have to do 10.
Yeah,
whatever, week 10 or 11.
Yeah, something like that.
He'll be back, and then he can be free agent, eligible to be a free agent next year or whatever.
Give me my money.
And and then when he comes back at that point, the team, I wouldn't block for him.
I wouldn't want to play for them, especially after them going to the media like that. Why are you guys in my pockets?
Because he's letting
Why
them down.
are you counting my pockets?
And they didn't tell him ahead of time. They all believed that he was going to be there on Wednesday.
Well, they should be mad at the organization. The organization's letting him down. Give the man a long-term contract.
Is the organization there? Is the coach there? Is the GM there on the day-to-day? Are they in the facilities? Are they doing their job? Are they collecting their paycheck? Yeah. He's the only one not doing his job. He's got $14 million on the table. He's making more than any of those offensive linemen.
I want more money. Did you see what Todd Gurley just got? Did you see what Todd Gurley just got? He's just as good as Todd Gurley. Give that man his worth. He's worth what?
Did Todd Gurley show up to camp?
I mean, Todd Gurley
show up to camp?
But he wasn't on a one-year contract.
Todd Gurley showed up to camp.
But he still had like 2 years left. So
I don't know. We have such a different opinion on these player
I'm all for people, especially the running back position. As much as they get screwed with contracts, I don't blame them.
I do think that there needs to be something changed with the way running backs are because by the time that they're up for a contract, they've already had their most productive years.
Yeah.
But this goes back to the collective bargaining agreement a few years ago that could take us a whole episode where they screwed the rookies in favor of the veterans.
They screwed up, yeah.
Okay, so let's start talking about some rookies, and we can maybe take these three together.
Yeah, these three
So
together.
we got the Bills first, deciding to pass on their rookie starter and start Nathan Peterman, who threw 5 interceptions in the first half of his first start last year, first start ever. What do you think of that?
They had no other way to go. I mean, who were they gonna?
Well, they traded A.J. McCarron.
I mean,
That's the stupidest move. That's the stupidest move.
You like A.J. McCarron?
I like him better than Nathan Peterman.
I mean, it's apples and oranges. They're both the same guy. They're still both the same type of players. They're both. The Bills aren't going to be good. The Bills aren't going to be good. Just keep the rookie on ice. Just let him watch. Let him watch this guy play terrible, get sacked, and learn the mistakes that Peterman's going to make. Because Peterman's going to make a whole lot of mistakes. So Josh Allen just learn what not to do.
See, I'm going to disagree with you in this position. Teams should want to win the first week. They shouldn't be about, let's save the rookie. Let's not get the rookie upset. You've seen Nathan Peterman in an NFL game before, and he threw 5 interceptions in the first half. We've not seen Josh Allen
did you watch him in the preseason?
NFL game before.
Did you watch him in the preseason? He wasn't that good.
He wasn't that great, but again, it's the preseason. So what was he overall? 12th pick overall?
Something like that.
He was a high draft pick.
No, I think he was like 7th or something, or 9th.
Whatever he was a high draft pick. You invested a high draft pick in him. Throw him out there. Get him. Who cares if he gets, if he's got to learn how to lose. He's in the AFC East.
I mean, he knew how to lose in Wyoming.
He's going to learn. Yeah, exactly. He's going to learn. He's going to have to lose. He can faces the Patriots 2 times a year.
But they don't want to end up him turning out to be like Ryan Leaf,
I don't know.
Throw him in the fire. Hey, listen. Either quarterback that started, they still weren't going to be good. So, I mean, hey, good luck to you, Buffalo.
Okay, so now I'm going to have the reverse on this other one with Darnold.
Yeah?
Okay, because they're deciding to go with Sam Darnold over Josh McCown. and it goes back to my original thought where you should be trying to win day one. Josh McCown, I believe, is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold day one. What's that eyes that you're giving me? Can someone cut to him? You think Sam Darnold, a rookie, is going to be better than Josh McCown?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I've seen Josh McCown.
Josh McCown had a decent season last year.
Decent.
Josh McCown had a decent season last year.
What did that get him? What did that get the team?
But he was pretty good last year.
What did that get the team?
That they decided to re-sign him.
What did that get the team?
The team has way bigger issues.
Josh McCown is a career backup. He's a career backup. He's not going to win you any games. So just
he did win a good amount of games last year.
Not enough for you to be taken serious. So just don't.
So you think they have a better chance of winning with Sam Darnold?
Yes, I do. My thing is, if you take a quarterback in the top 5, just throw him in the fire. Just throw him in the fire.
Then why wouldn't they throw Allen in the fire?
Because
he's three picks behind.
No, because he went to Wyoming and he's horrible.
Okay, but still, they invested in a high draft pick in him.
Yeah, but I think this is good for the Jets. What they're doing, this could bring them some momentum because they're always going to have defense. One thing you say about the Jets, they have defensive players. They play solid defense. So I don't know what they have around on the offensive side of the ball, receiving and running back. I don't know what they have, but let him learn on the fly because I think Darnold is going to be a great NFL player. I think he'll be a franchise quarterback. So just throw him in the fire.
Well, they also have a very weak offensive line that has not practiced or had a preseason game together
Start running.
As a unit.
Start running.
And then the other one. You can introduce
Tyrod Taylor is starting over Baker Mayfield, which I find interesting. I think because I think they're going to start Darnold at some point in the season, maybe midway through the season.
You mean Mayfield?
Yeah, Mayfield.
Too many quarterbacks.
Way too many quarterbacks. Yeah, I said Baker Mayfield will most likely be starting at some point during the season, but I think this isn't a bad look for just to get Tyrod Taylor in there because the Browns, they haven't won a game in forever.
No, and Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback, and he gives them the best chance to win on day one.
Who was screwed by the Bills?
He brought the Bills to the playoffs
Even
last
though the
year.
Bills tried to screw it up themselves.
Yeah, but he brought the Bills to the playoffs. He's a Pro Bowler, an ex-Pro Bowler, so he gives the Browns the best chance to win.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a smart move.
And this is good for Mayfield because for everything I've seen from Mayfield is he likes to take chances. Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield likes to take chances. So just sitting back, learning from Tyrod is going to help him just understand what he should. This is how if you want to win, this is how you got to play. You could take chances certain times, but you have to be consistent with making smart decisions and learning from Tyrod. I think this is going to be big.
I think this is the first time that we've both agreed the Browns made a smart choice.
Yeah,
this might be the one and only time.
And they're still going to win like 3 games.
They're still going to win like 3 games. You're right. Yes.
So week 1 Sunday. So what is some of the players, some of the games? What are you excited to see about
I think
week 1?
We should just talk about the Patriots. I mean, there's so many questions about the Patriots that could fill out a whole show. But I have some interesting stats here. So so Brady is 12-3 on opening day. Mm-hmm. The Pats are 9-1 against the Texans overall.
Okay.
4-0 at home. J.J. Watt has never beat the Texans. And
J.J. Watt has never beat the Texans?
I mean, J.J. Watt has no, you're right, he has not. But he has also never beat the Patriots. And Bill O'Brien is 0-4 against Patriots since taking over.
Well, you know how I feel.
And it's not going to change. Yeah. The Patriots are not going to lose this game.
You know how I feel about Bill O'Brien. I don't trust him as a coach. Houston, they got their star quarterback coming back. J.J. Watt, we don't even know how many games he's going to play or how many games he's going to last. That guy's
he and Gronk, they can't stay healthy.
He's so fragile. So it's going to be defense. The defense with the Patriots. How are they going to stop DeAndre Hopkins? That's the big thing here. DeAndre Hopkins presents a big problem for that secondary, and I don't think there's anybody on that secondary that could cover him. I'm not too sure of the Patriots' pass rush. I mean, unless Adrian Claiborne can put up another 5-sack game like he did last season against the Cowboys, or that front could get a push. There's so many question marks on this team. So you're just gonna wait and see. You're just gonna be like, okay.
There really is a lot of question marks, and it's going to be interesting. I think they were going to roll with 3 safeties pretty much all season. It sounds like. Harmon, McCourty, and Chung. And then you got Gilmore and Rowe, who's had a pretty good season.
Yeah.
I think Gilmore's going to try to go one-on-one. If the second half of last season, if he had played that way throughout the entire year, he would have been a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore played really well. And the thing about DeAndre Hopkins, he's actually not that fast. He's a great receiver.
Great route runner.
Great route runner, but he's not super speedy. And you know what the Patriots always do? They take away your best offensive weapon.
Well, he has a quarterback that, that likes to take
He has a quarterback who's coming off a major knee injury.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know who's the running back.
God.
Lamar Miller?
Is it Lamar Miller?
That's
Lamar Miller, Alfred Blue. Those names sound familiar.
So there's question marks for both teams, but
Yes.
these are two teams that are, I believe, are favorites in their division, with Jacksonville and Houston probably the two favorites in that division, and then the Patriots really no competition in their division. So it's gonna be interesting to see, like,
What's your number one player to watch on the Patriots?
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan?
Who's the other wide receivers?
Well, I was going to say Philip Dorsett is mine, so we have wide receivers each.
I mean, Cordarrelle Patterson, but he's going to be used in various ways. So I think Chris Hogan.
Okay, so we agree that the receivers are the most interesting in how they play out.
Yeah. They got like 8 running backs, so.
They do, and you know what? We could probably see some 3 running back sets. I don't know if Sony Michel's going to play.
Yeah.
The last practice, everybody was present, but Sony Michel was limited. So we'll see if he plays.
We'll see. Well, week 1 this is going to be fun times. Fun times. Football season has arrived. DraftKings.
What do we got next?
We have our DraftKings lineup. This is all you.
This is me. I'm introducing. So of course, DraftKings is like the huge new big deal, and right now what we've done is we've created a DraftKings league with Mukala, myself, and Craig, who hosts the Flex, who we'll be hearing from later, and Steve, the old intern you guys might remember, who has not responded to us.
Get it together,
Steve.
Steve.
You're live, Steve. Get it together. So we're gonna go through our DraftKings lineup. And we're going to kind of give you guys tips on how to win DraftKings, because I'm normally pretty good.
I think me and you got one person that we both have.
So do you have any specific strategies? Because I have a strategy when I'm going to DraftKings.
I usually go running backs.
You usually load up on the running backs?
Yeah, running backs. That's usually my strategy right there. Running backs. And defense, I just pick whoever the matchup.
Yeah. The first thing I try to do, and I recommend you guys do this at home because I'm very well versed in this, is pick a home quarterback and then handcuff that home quarterback with either a top wide receiver or the top tight end. So that way you're getting points off both, because in DraftKings, passing touchdowns are only worth 4. So I definitely like the matchup where it's a home quarterback. So I've got Drew Brees as my quarterback, and of course I've got Michael Thomas as the number 1. So DraftKings is also PPR, point per reception.
Yeah.
So for running backs, I went with guys that are going to catch some passes, and that's Christian McCaffrey and James White, who I was able to get at $4,000, which is really low for DraftKings. And then I got Keenan Allen. Yes, Pedro's going to bring that up. They look a little mush, but hey, everybody's there. I got Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, who I'm expecting hopefully one at least big play for him. And then Jack Doyle. I had Austin Seferian-Jenkins in there, but he might be injured. Jack Doyle, apparently, I didn't realize this, finished top 5 in tight ends last year in points.
Okay.
Cole Beasley's my flyer. I needed somebody cheap who knows they don't have many people to throw to.
He's going to get a lot of receptions in the slot.
Yeah, they don't have many people to throw to. And then I went with the Ravens defense because they're home and they're playing Nathan Peterman, who we just discussed. So maybe another 5 interceptions for the Ravens. I'm predicting at least 2 interceptions for the Ravens. So there's my team. I really like it. I think it's probably much better than your team. So why don't you go ahead and tell us?
Heavens no. So
Heavens no.
So for quarterback, I have Deshaun Watson because.
Oh, come on.
Because the uncertainty.
I also never pick somebody that's going up against the Patriots. That's another thing that I do.
The uncertainty with the Patriots secondary is why I picked Deshaun Watson.
Boo.
Kareem Hunt is my running back. Okay. Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, good.
Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn, for some reason, always every season, every
How
game.
much is he? What, let me see on there.
He always somehow gets a deep route and he gets a deep touchdown.
It's a pretty good pick for 4,300.
Chris Hogan, DeAndre Hopkins, once again, Patriots secondary.
Oh, this is bad.
O.J. Howard, Jarvis Landry, and I have the Cardinals defense because I don't know what to make of the Washington Redskins offense.
It's an interesting lineup.
Yes.
You're taking a risk, I think, with O.J. Howard.
Yeah, I know.
And especially where we don't know what Chris Hogan is going to be day one.
That's
okay, we'll see. It's good. And the good thing about DraftKings is it keeps score for you, so you can do it on your app. And we're not gambling. This is for free. We just do it for fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll see.
Toss it to Craig.
We're going to toss it to Craig to No Huddle, and you're going to see his DraftKings lineup.
Hey, everybody. This is After the Whistle, and this is my segment, No Huddle. We've been talking about top 10s, but now we're going to give you my favorite DraftKings lineup for this week. So starting off, I'm putting in my quarterback, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is playing against the Bills. It's a bad team. He's got a really good offense this year. A lot of good wide receivers to throw the ball to. John Brown, Michael Crabtree, Willie Snead, and Alex Collins to get the ball going. So I think Joe Flacco is going to be a really good starting QB, and you're going to be able to get him at a pretty low price, $4,900. For my running backs, I went Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey. Leonard Fournette's going up against the Giants, whose defense isn't very strong. Christian McCaffrey's going up against Dallas. Once again, not too strong there. Christian McCaffrey's going to be catching a lot of passes. He's going to get most of the running on that team. He might lose a little bit to C.J. Anderson, but it's not going to be much. And Leonard Fournette is the offense in Jacksonville. He is the offense. Like, it's just going to go to him all day. And until they find a way to stop him in the early goings, Leonard Fournette's a great grab. For wide receivers, I'm jumping on with Michael Crabtree. I got Joe Flacco. Michael Crabtree's probably going to be his favorite target. So I put Michael Crabtree in. Got him at a great price, $5,400, which is going to pay out later on when I get to my flex. So I like Michael Crabtree. He's Mr. Reliable, and I think Joe Flacco is going to go to him early and often. Next on the list is Stephon Diggs. Once again, I got him at a pretty good price, $6,300. So I'm going to put Stephon Diggs in because I think he's going to get a lot of the touchdowns, and I think he's going to get more of the deep threat passes. So Stephon Diggs, a guy you can always count on unless he gets hurt. I think Stephon Diggs is the guy to go against, especially when they're playing San Fran. Next, I'm going to go with Devin Funchess. I just like Carolina this week going up against Dallas. I don't think Dallas's defense is ready, and I think Funchess is going to be the #1 guy to go to, especially once they, if they're not going to Christian McCaffrey and they're not going to Greg Olsen, Funchess is the next guy up, and I think he's going to get the ball enough to give you some points. My #1 tight end this week is going to be Austin Seferian-Jenkins. So look for Jenkins to have a really good day against the Giants. So if you're looking for a tight end for cheap, $3,200. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Next up is Ezekiel Elliott. I saved so much money with my other picks. I was able to grab a high-end running back. They're going up against Carolina. Ezekiel Elliott wants to show out. He's gonna do as good as he possibly can in his first game. He's gonna put his best foot forward. So look for Ezekiel Elliott to be great, and especially at his high price, you save a lot of money with the lower picks, and you get to put Zeke on your team. For defenses, I think I'm throwing a curveball to everybody, but I'm going with the Saints. They're going up against Tampa Bay. Lattimore is going to shut Mike Evans down. They're not going to score a lot of points. They don't have a good run game. So look at the Saints to just really kill it for you. They're only $3,600. So I think that with their defensive line and with Lattimore at the cornerback position, I think they're going to be a great team to defend against the lack of talent in Tampa Bay. They're not even going to have Jameis Winston, and even if they did, I still would probably go with the Saints. So once again, Joe Flacco, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey, Michael Crabtree, Stephon Diggs, Devin Funchess, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, Ezekiel Elliott, and the Saints defense. And I play 50-50. That way, no matter how many people you're playing against, your odds of getting paid are half. 50-50 chance. Always play 50-50 and you'll stack up. So this is Craig. My name's Craig. This is No Huddle. Check out my show Wednesday nights at 9, The Flex. Thank you.
So as you all know and can see that Greg reports from a blimp, and I think the altitude might have got to his head and made him think a little bit crazy.
with the Joe
because
Flacco.
Joe Flacco and Michael Crabtree. I mean, he did the right technique, you know, stacking a quarterback with a wide receiver, but do not ever stack Joe Flacco and Michael Crabtree in your DraftKings, okay? I mean, this might come back and he might win, but no, I don't think so.
No.
That's not a smart. Sorry, Craig, we disagree with you on that one, buddy. But your show's great, and you definitely do know what you're talking about. This is a bad move. But we're on Christian McCaffrey,
Yeah.
so that's something.
Yeah. We
Where
got
we going
tennis.
now?
We got U.S. Open. Quickly on the U.S. Open, Serena Williams made quick work of, I can't even pronounce the lady's name, Anastasia. Yeah.
Yeah, just do that, Anastasia.
Yeah, she made quick work of her. It was quick.
How quick's quick?
It was quick.
But you still have to do at least 3 sets,
6-3,
right?
6. Yeah. This one, I think this one. Yeah, it was quick 3 sets. Boom, bada boom. She got her out of there. So she's in the finals. She's doing all this in a tutu too. That's the funny part.
A tutu?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought she couldn't wear that.
No, not this. She can't. Not the tutu.
a
she got
tutu.
Yeah.
Do we have any pictures
I
of
don't
it?
have a picture of the
We
tutu,
got the old one. Oh, we didn't get the tutu.
but this is just. It's hilarious how great she is. So they said, you can't wear that. So she wears a tutu, and she's just been beating people left and right. And I believe if she wins this will be her 24th Grand Slam, I believe. And
Wow.
Yeah, this
Grand Slam?
major or something like.
Probably major, I
Yeah,
don't know.
24th major or something like. I can't think right now, but yes.
She's got too many records.
She's got way too many records, and we saw her dominate people while she was pregnant, and now she's still dominating. This is why,
She should play the men. I would like to see that.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
They should do one of those. What was it? The Battle of the Sexes. They
Yeah.
had before.
Did it,
I
like,
forget the 2 players.
Billie Jean
names.
King, I believe. Was
That sounds like.
it was a double
right.
set. It was a double
I
set.
think it turned out to be scripted. I think it was fake.
Oh, but yeah.
I don't know, but she should be playing the men. That would be cool.
Yeah, we need to see Serena play one of the guys. Nadal, Federer,
Yeah.
Djokovic, all
One of
them.
those guys.
Put them all in line. I'm pretty sure she'll beat them too. But she's in the finals and on pace to win again. So congrats to Serena on what you're doing. And now we talk about boxing.
Boxing. We got Sean Porter, who
Yeah.
Pedro doesn't like for some reason. I wish he'd come on and tell us why, but he's
There's
stuck
a few
in the
people
back.
Pedro doesn't like.
Against Garcia, and this is Danny Garcia, and this is gonna be a fan favorite, action-packed
Yep.
fight. These two guys, they can go. They're 2 of the best welterweights. They each hold a title, and they're going for another title. I don't know. There's so many WBA, WBO, WBC things, so I don't know what they're going for. Porter's 28-2 with 1 draw, 17 knockouts. We have Garcia. Oh, that's his father. His father's so annoying. I hate that guy. Garcia's 34-1 with 20 knockouts. Porter is aggressive. He's incredibly athletic,
Yeah.
strong, bulky, and he gets in and he just can go all night.
Yeah.
He's not super powerful, and he's not really a skilled boxer. He's a pressure fighter, and he's got Garcia, who's pretty much opposite. He's a better technical boxer than Porter, but he's still not great. He's more of a counter puncher, and he can hit hard. So this will be a very, very interesting matchup. I don't think anybody's going to get the knockout here, but I'm going to go with Porter by decision. I think he's just going to throw way too many punches, and he's going to smother Garcia all night long. But I think it will be a fun and close match. Definitely watch this if you guys have Showtime.
Don't leave it up to those boxing judges' hands, because you can't trust boxing judges at all. Terrence Crawford signed an extension.
With Top Rank?
I believe so, yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah, that was just, I think they signed it yesterday. Not a big fan of Top Rank.
Well, I mean, there's just not that many great welterweight fighters signed with Top Rank. And even though the Cold War's done, they still don't really fight many boxers from Golden Boy or the Al Heyman camp at all. So we don't know who Terrence Crawford will be fighting next. But I guarantee the winner of this fight will be fighting Keith Thurman next.
Yeah, well, wait and see. Boxing needs to give us some more exciting matches. Come on,
This
boxing.
will be one. Trust me, Mukala. You got to watch it.
Get it together. So today, the NBA Hall of Fame induction is happening in Springfield,
Unless you're
Mass.
watching this on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, on Friday, September
Friday. There you
7th,
go.
2018. The 13 people are getting inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. Ray Allen, former Celtic. Maurice Cheeks, former Sixer. Charles Lefty Drizzle.
Oh, we don't have to name all
Yeah,
13.
so
Let's
those
just go to the key ones. There's like
Yeah,
five people.
Jason
4
Kidd,
people
Steve
I care
Nash,
about.
Grant Hill. Tina Thompson as well. She did a lot for the WNBA. What I'm upset about is how Grant Hill got in before Chris Webber, because Grant Hill.
Chris Webber's not in yet?
No, he was eligible for this
he'll
year.
be in. Everybody gets in basketball.
Yeah, but he should have been in this one. He should have been in before Grant Hill, in my opinion, because Grant Hill missed. There was some times where he missed a whole lot of season. There was a point in his career where he just couldn't stay on the court. He couldn't play a full season.
He's more well liked. He's still in the media.
Yeah, he's still.
He's got a lot of friends.
Chris Webber's still suffering from that whole Michigan stuff. So yeah, congrats to all to the new Hall of Famers. Great
So
things.
this brought me up. This is kind of throwing this out at you. So 2 of the best point guards of maybe of all time, Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. Who had the better career? Who do you think is better?
Jason Kidd.
Think Jason Kidd was better,
Kidd, yeah,
even though the 2 MVPs?
Yeah, Jason Kidd was better.
I think I think you can make an argument either way.
No,
but I'm going to go with you and say Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd was led a team to back-to-back finals. Steve Nash never got to the finals.
Steve Nash never did.
got to
But he did have 2 MVPs to his name.
And they did get screwed one year by the league.
Yeah.
So.
And I think there's only 3 players who have ever won 2 back-to-back MVPs. Yeah. And I think Steve Nash's numbers per game were better, but I think Kidd had more overall total points.
Yeah, he was a better.
You can make an argument either
Kidd was a better
way.
all-around player.
Yes.
And now, WNBA Finals, the Washington Mystics versus the Seattle Storm. Sue Bird the other day she went off. She knocked down, I think it was like a 5-minute stretch.
Any relation to Big?
I have no idea.
Big Bird?
Big Bird, probably. I don't know. But Sue Bird, she was knocking down threes after threes after threes. The game was close at one point, and then she just started knocking them down. So Seattle's in the finals, and they'll be going against the Washington Mystics, Seattle got the MVP of the league, Breanna Stewart. Washington may have the second best player in the league, in Ellen Della Don. She's been playing the entire conference finals with a messed up knee. She hurt her knee at some point in the playoffs. I think she messed up her nose too, and she's just been hurt. And she's been unstoppable too. So this is going to be an exciting series to watch. So that starts tonight. Game 1 is tonight, the WNBA Finals. So
AKA Friday,
September 7th, 2018. So you need to watch it, or at least watch a quarter. Watch the fourth quarter.
I will catch it.
If you can't catch the whole game, just try catch the fourth quarter, because that's the most exciting part of these WNBA playoffs.
All right, I will. Stop
quarter.
yelling. He's just yelling the whole time. One question I do have, though, because I like to learn about the WNBA every time I ask. You mentioned 3-pointers. Do they do the college 3-pointer or the pro 3-pointer?
I believe they do the college.
They do the college one? Okay, I was just curious.
Most of them can shoot the probe, so. Yeah. We got +1.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, this is our third real reporter. This is the third
person who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, so we had all the way from the state of North Carolina, the founder of CarolinaBlitz.com, Vashti Hurt. So we talked about the Panthers, got in a little North Carolina Duke, and yeah, +1 time. Hi guys, welcome to another edition of +1. We have another special guest with us, all the way from the state of North Carolina. We have the founder and CEO of Carolina Blitz. We have Vashti Hurt. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. How's everything going with you?
Everything is good, and we're getting revved up for college football and NFL. So it's a busy season, but fun.
Talk a little about the Carolina Panthers, the 3 preseason. What have you seen so far that you like? What are some of your concerns?
I'm liking Christian McCaffrey. Really, I've had concerns when they initially drafted him. Carolina traditionally has done well with a running back who is a downhill runner, runs well between tackles. To me, that was one of McCaffrey's weaknesses. But in this preseason, he's done that well. can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's also blocking well. And so right now, Christian McCaffrey is the guy that I'm most excited about. I think he's going to have a good season. Cam Newton seems to be, back to himself and back to being unapologetically Cam Newton. And I always feel like he plays the best when that's the case. So I'm excited to see him this season. He also has weapons. Jay Moore, who the Panthers drafted as a new receiver, one of his go-to receivers. Samuels was kind of injury-ridden last season. He's going to be out there playing, I think, more of a slot receiver role, so I'm looking forward to that. Concerns, offensive line, what's the use of having a good quarterback like Cam Newton if he can't stay off the ground? So I have legit concerns about the offensive line. Pretty banged up right now. 3 starters who are projected to come in the season as starters are injured right now, so they've kind of pieced together offensive line. Silver lining is that they looked decent in last week's preseason game against the New England Patriots. So, that is a concern. Defensive line in the preseason has started pretty slow, but that's a characteristic of them. Hopefully they'll get it together as the season gets into the grit of the season. And coming into training camp, secondary was a concern. I'm still concerned about that, but I'm more concerned about the defensive line becoming more powerful because as a defensive unit, Carolina has been get pressure on the quarterback, and then our secondary is the recipient of that pressure, or forcing quarterbacks to make mistakes, etc. So, in a nutshell, concerns and bright spots.
Yeah, that's also one thing with the Panthers that I've noticed throughout the years. I think this may be the first year they've actually had more talent surrounding Cam Newton, where he doesn't have to do a lot. Usually he's doing everything for the team, either in the passing game or the running game. But I think this year's team offensively, I think they have the weapons for him to take a lot of responsibility away from him, so he won't wear down during the end of the season. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I definitely. And that was one of the things I believe that as a team they highlighted going into this year, surrounding him with more offensive weapons so that everything does not fall on his shoulders. Another thing that we here in Carolina country are interested in seeing is the opening up of this Norm Turner offense and how Cam will thrive in it, or hopefully thrive in it. And so, yeah, definitely the weapons are there. I'm just interested to see how and how they will benefit Cam. I think this is a very important year for him as a quarterback. And if he regresses, I think that it may be something that continues. But if he flourishes under Norm Turner, it could be game changing for the franchise.
He's one of the more scrutinized quarterbacks. What did you make of the whole Calvin Benjamin incident? Because there were a lot of people in the national media that had an issue with how Cam handled it. I thought he handled it very well, and I saw there was a lot of backlash from other outlets of the way he handled it. What did you make of that?
I didn't have a problem with how he handled it. I think he actually handled it well. Calvin Benjamin was real petty for those remarks, and Carolina fans here aren't letting him forget it. Every time he drops a pass, it's pretty much going viral on Panthers Twitter. So, I just thought it was a real sucker move for Calvin Benjamin to come out against him in that manner. And so, when Cam kind of went up to him in Buffalo and tried to, shake it off, and Calvin tried to, back up, and Cam came at him like a man, like, what's up? And, I respect that personally. Calvin didn't want to smoke, and that was obvious. And so, in this situation, I feel like, it will be proven on the field who was right, who was wrong, and it's not looking too good for Calvin.
Really. And lastly, we only got a couple minutes left before we let you go. On the college basketball scene, I know you've seen Zion Williamson up close and personal. Is he the real deal? And also North Carolina, they also have a freshman phenom that there's a lot of hype around them. Can you talk a little about those two players?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the guys from Carolina yet. I believe you're probably referring to Nasir Little. But I've heard that, the truth. Zion Williamson, I've seen, he is legit. And, college basketball is going to be so fun this year. I'm so hype about it. Of course, Duke is getting all of the hype, and rightfully so, with the freshmen that they're bringing in. But, ACC is never a walk in the park, and UNC will compete. But Zion Williamson, he is legit. And the craziest thing is, I have some sources close to the program who say he's not even the best guy on the team. They say, and it wasn't ranked top, it was RJ Barrett who was ranked, the best player in that class. And they're saying, I've seen flashes of RJ Barrett. I've been really impressed with Zion Williamson. But, if RJ Barrett is leaps and bounds better than Zion Williamson, or at least considerably better, it's going to be a problem for college basketball with this squad.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for that. Thank you once again for coming. Good luck with everything. Also, if they want to find you, where can they find you?
On Twitter, you can follow me at Keep Blitzing, and on Instagram, Carolina Blitz. So thanks for having me, and keep blitzing.
All right, not a problem. You have a great one. All right, you guys have been watching Athletes Corner. I said Athletes Corner. You guys have been watching the Plus One interview with Vashti Hurt, founder and editor-in-chief of Carolina Blitz. Check them out, carolinablitz.com. And we are out. We're going to toss it back to Brian.
All right, welcome back to ATW. Thank you for that, Vashti. We have to kind of get our phone thing fixed, but I'm going to blame her phone for the end of it. But we do got to get that fixed. You could understand what she was saying.
Yeah.
So we don't have
Thank
much time left. We've been goes by so fast. All right, let's talk about some NCAA football.
Nick Saban.
Let's just cover Nick Saban.
Nick Saban, he was being a jerk after they asked him a question about the quarter.
Bad?
No,
I watched it.
his
It's
reaction.
Not that bad.
It's just he overreacted a little bit. But we got the clip. Pedro, if you could play that clip.
Oh, if he's got the clip, okay.
Everyone had questions about who was going to start at quarterback when this game started. What answers did you have about your quarterbacks after watching both of them play tonight?
Well, I still like both guys. I think both guys are good players. I think both guys can help our team. All right, so why do you continually try to get me to say something that doesn't respect one of them? I'm not going to, so quit asking.
Do like the rest of it.
Yeah, the rest of it. But it was just like, come on, Nick. Really? He started off, and then he just like, and exploded. I'm just like, Nick Saban's been a jerk.
He's such a jerk.
He's a jerk.
Don't think that I'm defending him like
jerk.
Nick Saban.
But I'm just saying, Nick, you kind of started this whole quarterback controversy. That's an appropriate question to ask after that game, because if you watch that game, one quarterback, every time he was on the field, they scored. The other quarterback, they didn't.
No, it was definitely.
So it was a legitimate question. He could have answered it better. It's just his reaction was just like.
But the media, everybody on ESPN and Fox Sports News, all these guys, Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, they got so upset. Oh, Nick Saban's bullying us journalists. These media guys got to toughen up, okay? You guys got to toughen up a little bit, because that was nothing. Think about, think about going into the White House every day. Now, that would be hell. That was nothing what Nick Saban did.
It was not. But he's a jerk. Nick Saban's a jerk to the media.
Ever since what he did to the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's a jerk to the media. There was a better way to. It's not the worst of his. It's not the worst of the responses he's ever given. But it's just like you kind of overreacted just a little bit.
He did
when you started.
And he
apologized.
Quit
asking.
And he did apologize.
I mean, they probably made him apologize. I don't think he wanted to. But
they just made too much of a big deal of it.
On to more important things.
We're gonna play the spread.
Well, yeah.
We're gonna have to do this fast. Okay, so we're just going to pick, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pick every game, and we're going to pick it by the spread. So we're going to pick favorites and underdogs, not necessarily who we think is going to win.
Yeah.
First game, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh is a 4.5-point favorite. Who do you like?
Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers. They win by more than a touchdown. Okay, San Francisco at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 6.5-point favorite.
I said upset alert for this one.
Oh,
I'm sticking with it.
So you take the San Francisco straight
Yes.
up? I think Minnesota's going to win by more than a touchdown. And we got Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 7.5-point favorite.
Take the Ravens.
I'm
You
taking
got
the
Peterman.
Ravens. Yeah, you got. Oh yeah, Peterman. Interception after interception. You got this is an interesting one. You got Jacksonville Jaguars at the New York Giants.
Yeah, this one's
Jaguars are a 3-point favorite.
I'm taking the Giants for this for some reason. I'm taking the Giants.
I'm taking the Giants in points. Home underdogs, you know.
And I don't
sometimes
trust
they
the
can be-
Jaguars offense.
Nope.
Just load up on Leonard Fournette. They don't got receivers.
So we're pretty much on the same page for most of these. Okay, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 9.5-point favorite.
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's their quarterback, the Bucks. So, yeah.
Did you just say you're taking the Bucs?
No,
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
telling you
okay,
why not
okay,
to
got
take
you.
why I'm not taking the Bucks.
Got you. That pause, comma, the Bucks got me confused. Okay, so you're taking Saints.
Yeah.
I am too. I think the Saints will win by double digits. Houston Texans at the New England Patriots, and the Patriots are a 6-point favorite, which is actually kind of low for Patriots.
Yeah, I told him I wanted to take Houston, but I'm just going to take the Patriots because I don't trust Bill O'Brien.
Oh, you are. Okay. So we got the Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 2.5-point favorite.
I'm going to take the Bengals.
I'm going to take the Bengals on this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take some points because I have no idea what Andrew Luck's going to be this season. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. This is pretty much a pick'em game. The Titans are favored by a point.
Titans.
Dolphins, I'm taking the whole team. Okay, you got Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, I'm taking Chargers. Seattle Seahawks at Denver Broncos. I'm going with mostly favorites here. Broncos are 3-point favorites.
Seahawks.
Broncos home team. Cowboys at the Panthers. Panthers are a 3-point favorite.
You see the shirt I have on.
Okay, we're same here. Panthers. Redskins at the Arizona Cardinals. Another pick'em game, pretty much.
Cardinals
are a point. I'm gonna go Redskins. I like my Alex Smith.
Okay.
Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored by a touchdown.
Upset alert.
Oh, I'm taking the Packers at home. Aaron Rodgers is back. New York Jets at the Detroit Lions. Lions are 6.5-point favorite.
I can't pick two New York teams, so I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions as well. I'm pretty much going all favorites. This is weird. Rams are 4-point favorites at the Oakland Raiders.
Rams.
Okay, do your closing. That's it.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Monday, Killer Clowns, come here. Starts at
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, movie night, 6:30, doors open, 7 o'clock showing time.
Sure.
September 24th, we got Mario Kart here. Come down, game night. We got
free ice cream.
Free ice cream too. We got some other stuff happening. Go on our webpage, check us out. Mukala Kabongo, Brian Dorrington. We're out of here. I was in Tucson last week. It was hot.
Ah,
Hot.
cold now. Here.
7.